Now I didn't cut this all the way to the length here because I wanted to allow it to fall like that. I wanted to allow a little bit of a spacer on each side for any wood movement, so it wasn't pinched up super tight and hard to get on and off. So the first thing I need to do, because my wall isn't brick, is I want to drill the holes into this. And I've actually penciled out where my existing mantle bolts were into the rock wall. So I'm going to drill these holes out, and then I'm going to put 2 more that go into the mortar upstairs. And I've got those marked right here and here. And all I need to do basically is drill, 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 and I'm going to put them in the center. So I'm going to drill those out right quick. I'm going to use these 3/8 inch lag bolts with some concrete anchors that go in there. So I need to make the holes big enough to accept these and basically slide in and out. So I'm going to drill those holes out. But before I do that, I'm going to mark these up and get everything set up so that we're good to go. Now we're going to put these 2x4 spacers on here. I'm just going to take one of these and just like I would be framing a wall and space them out so it's equal on both sides, huh? These don't have to be perfect other than the fact I want to miss the bolt holes. And as you can see, the space in between is a little more, but these should provide enough leverage to hold it up. You kind of get the gist of it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pilot hole all these so we don't split them out because they're fairly small. I'm going to pilot hole with a small bit, drill this with a bigger bit so that the screw will just free turn in this and it'll only pull into this. I use some 3-inch screws. Slide it in and then screw down from the top, and it acts as a floating mantle shelf. All the tools and supplies I used making this mantle and in this videos I will post down below in the description so you can take a look if you want. And if you're getting value out of this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button. It really helps my channel out. This is where the previous mantle was mounted. There are 2 mount holes here. I'm going to drill 2 holes into the mortar this time with a concrete bit. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to bolt the shelf up here that the mantle will slide onto. I need to make sure it's deep enough to fit these anchors in. Go ahead and fit these anchors in here. We already got the holes pre-drilled where these go. But what I did not do and did not account for are only going to go about 1.5 inches in. And I want them to go much deeper. So the ones that were here go much deeper. So I've got to go buy 2 more of these. So I have the same length. So we're going to install our newly made faux beam mantle. So all we really need to do is get this up, align it, now we've got it up here, we're going to kind of center it. Center it like that. We're going to shove it all the way in. It makes good contact. Very little crack up here. Then we're going to pilot hole drill so that our screws will go through this into our blind shelf. Now what we'll do is we'll slide that back on. We'll take some 2-inch screws. And we're just going to drive them home. There we are, we're all nice and mounted. Those screws are just kind of keep it from falling over. Most of the weight is going to be going vertical onto this stand that's bolted to it. So you can put a lot of weight on it. Pretty close to being level. And for reference, it's pretty close to being level that way too. So that's how we mounted this new mantle up here. It's a great addition to a faux box beam. Whenever you're mounting a mantle, make sure you're following your fire code distance between your fireplace and the bottom of your mantle, because different municipalities have different regulations as far as your clearance. Just make sure you're following that so you don't overheat these things and potentially catch them on fire. If you got value out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you like future videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. I thank you for watching.